Warning, the following video contains swear words, so if you're under the age of 16, please click off now. Okay, yep. Hello, and what is up everyone, and welcome to my third ever video. My name's Ash, I'm 19, and I live in France. Basic information that everyone should know before they get into my video. And in this video, I wanted to do a little manga reading challenge throughout the week, where I'm gonna attempt to read for 5 hours, or for, what's the word? Or for 5 mangas, volumes, yes, volumes, as there are some that are like 3-in-1s or like 5-in-1s or what have you. So yeah, and the reason why I wanted to do this video is because I've had a problem where I've been going to bed really late, as in like 4 o'clock in the morning late, and that's only started like 3 days ago. I don't know how this happened, it just kind of did. So yes. If you could not tell though, I did just finish recording the first video. There was some issues with the audio originally, so you know, you won't typically see me in clothes as it is nighttime, but I am gonna have a shower right after this, and I will be starting this challenge in the morning. Not in the morning, but like at midnight, past midnight, just so that it's fair, because I don't think I could possibly read 5 volumes in 2 hours. So yeah. Anyways though, I should probably plan out what mangas I want to read. I'm gonna think about this and then I'll get back to y'all in a second. Let me look at some. Okay, wait. Okay, so I've set my microphone down, so I'm sorry if the audio's not that loud at the moment. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I've got my 5 volumes picked out for tomorrow. The majority of them are from the same series, and one of them is just because I've been wanting to read this for like past 3 or 4 days now, and I just haven't had the chance to. So yeah, we have these 4 here, which is the first 4 volumes of Arjun. I have the whole collection of Arjun, and I've technically read up to like volume 5 or 6 online, but like I haven't committed to actually reading the manga, which I bought in October time for like a really good deal. I think it was like, what, 60-70 euros, which I thought that was quite kind of good, like all 17 mangas volumes. And then obviously I have One Punch Man volume 21. Yeah. This one is because I usually have One Punch Man laying on my nightstand, because that's like my go-to to read. It's probably my favorite series, manga-wise. I've never seen the anime, but I'm hoping that when I finish the manga series, that I will start watching the anime to, you know, enjoy it. So yeah, for y'all who don't know, One Punch Man is basically about this guy who wants to become a superhero, and he could basically kill like any being with just one punch, because like he has like super strength. Yes. So that's, yeah, I'm currently on volume 21, so you know, that's kind of cool. And I'm kind of at the, like, I feel like it's the main arc. Like, it is such a good series. I'm not gonna spoil the volume that I'm actually on, because I feel like y'all should read it for yourselves, you know. I've got I've caught up in French, all 30 volumes. All my manga is in French, so it does take me longer to read, but I feel like I try my best. I try to read within like the 40 to like hour and 10 mark, like 40 minutes to an hour and 10. I feel like that's a good range to read a full manga. One thing about One Punch Man is that it's not a lot of text. This one obviously being a little bit thicker, it might have a bit more text in there, but it's really good for someone like me who I'd say people say I'm fluent in French, so I guess I am. Like I could read French with ease, and I could watch a French YouTube video with ease. But yeah, this is a really good series to get into if you're learning a new language, I feel like. But obviously you have to kind of already know the language in advance, or maybe you can learn from this. I don't know. I've never had that experience. Like, I haven't bought like a German manga before, so I really don't know about that. But yeah, it helps me with my level of Frenchness, I guess. And obviously with Arjun, this series is about this guy who gets run over with a car or something, and he discovers he's a demi-human, which are basically like people that are half humans. I mean, literally. And they're kind of considered abominations to society because they can basically live forever, I think. Like, they can survive, like, they can survive through a lot. But I don't know if that's completely correct what I just stated. I probably should have read the let's see. Oh yeah, that's basically it. Okay, well, I basically got it right. I didn't even read the blurb. I really probably should have read the blurb, to be fair. But it's okay, we're fine. Yeah. From what I remember, this was the first manga. Actually, one of the probably the only manga I've read online. Not completely, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have a nice shower, and then by midnight I will start reading either One Punch Man or Arjun, who knows. Yeah, that's the goal. And then if I get too tired, I will read tomorrow, like throughout the day. I do plan on doing my sport tomorrow because I forgot to do it today because I'm a dumbass. And yeah. Yeah, so I might be a little bit knackered, but if I start reading tonight, like technically, like really early morning, I don't know what you can call it, hopefully it'll work out well. Yeah. Don't know if I'm gonna do a time lapse. I'm sorry if I don't. Yeah. Okay, bye. Okay, so we're gonna start off this challenge as it's officially the next day, and I'm in my pajamas, chilling, you know. We're gonna start off this challenge with reading volume 1 of Arjun, and we are going to have volume 22 of One Punch Man as like the middle ground, so then I can have a little bit of a break from the series if I'm not ready to like fully read it all at once. So yeah, so hopefully you'll enjoy this time lapse, as hopefully it will be a good time lapse. And yeah, anyways, bye for now. Okay, so I decided to basically jump ahead to read volume 2 as well, but honestly, these are so good to read. It was such an easy read. It helps that I've read this in the past, in English to be exact, but honestly, it is so good, and I was kind of shocked that the actual plot was what I said it was. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I am gonna go to bed though, as it is, what time is it? It is turning 2 o'clock as we speak. So, you know, kind of need some sleep. I want to wake up at like 9:30ish or 9ish or what have you. Not for any particular reason. Maybe so I can go swimming. That would be ideal. as I don't know if I'll be able to do regulars, but honestly we'll look into it. But yeah, I had a really good time reading these, and I can't wait to continue reading later on today, I guess you can say. So yeah, I'll see y'all in a bit, and bye. Editor Ash here. I just wanted to say that I attempted to record a segment before the following clips, and I failed miserably as the audio just simply did not work. So yeah, all I wanted to say though was that I'm going to read volume 21 of One Punch Man and volume 3 of ENheee, and I started roughly about I'd say 20 to 10, which is 9:40. So yeah, but anyways, let's continue. Okay, so I finished reading volume 4 of ENheee. It is currently just 1 minute past 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or 13 heures. Don't know what to say about that. Volume 4 was so good, although I do not remember any of it from when I last read it, so I'm actually not sure if I read up to volume 4 or not. So yeah, but nonetheless though, I want to show y'all what I'm gonna read for tomorrow. So yes, and also I will show everything at the end that I've read, so I can remember, you can remember, everyone can remember. Yes. Okay. Oh good. Okay, I've just picked them all out. So tomorrow I plan on reading volume 5 and 6 of ENheee. Yes. And on top of that, I plan on reading the first 3 volumes of My Hero Academia. I did in fact get the starter box set, and I've read it approximately once, and that was a couple of years ago. I don't even know how far along I got into it. I know the history of it and everything because it is quite a well-known like anime, manga, what have you. But I'm gonna be reading these in a zigzag pattern, which means I'm gonna do one volume of My Hero, then one volume of Arjun, and so forth tomorrow, just so then I don't get bored, because Arjun is such a good read and I don't know how I'm gonna feel about My Hero Academia. So yeah, but that is the goal for tomorrow, so I guess we'll see what happens then. I might end up reading late tonight / really early tomorrow morning, which honestly I basically did that today, which is why I finished it so quickly, the challenge, because I ended up reading 2 mangas like from midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning. So I feel like, you know, that might be the case. So yeah, but I can't wait to get into it. Yes. Anyways, I'm gonna get change to do my sport, and yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Okay, so it is officially day 2 of this reading challenge. I've currently got My Hero Academia in my hands. I tried to read this last night. I stopped about 20 pages in because I was so tired. I say last night, it was like literally just gone past midnight, so yeah. But I'm gonna read this now, hopefully, before I eat, and we'll see how I go from there, because it is currently almost 5 o'clock at night. Yep. Yeah, we got a little bit of a time crunch here, and I don't even know if I'll be able to read for tomorrow, but it's fine. I recorded my next video that's coming out after this one, obviously, and obviously it was my manga haul, which the final one only arrived today, so that's why it's taken so long to actually do that video. So yes, but yeah, I'm so excited to read this, well, attempt to read this. Hopefully I don't fall asleep, but I did have a load of caffeine like just now. I just finished this Ultra Paradise Monster, and it's helped me a lot. And I did eat earlier, so we're fine. So yeah, I'm gonna attempt my best to read this. If I fail, I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. I'm not even kidding. I was 20 pages and I was like, yeah, no. So we're gonna retry this bad boy. Yep, so hopefully you'll enjoy. So with 40 minutes to spare, I managed to finish reading the My Hero Academia and ENheee, which that's kind of strange. I thought I was going to finish a lot more earlier because I thought half 4 would have been plenty of time to read all 5 of those volumes. ENheee was a breeze. I did that in half an hour, like to 40 minutes max. It's just My Hero Academia is a very wordy series. It's not as bad as Death Note. I say it's not as bad. I've only read 2 volumes of Death Note so far, but I don't think it is as bad as Death Note. But Death Note, I feel like is a lot more enticing. It's up there. Like, I'm definitely gonna be collecting more of them. Like, yeah. As for My Hero Academia, I think I'm gonna start collecting volume 4. Like, I'm gonna start collecting it very slowly. It's not on my priority list, but I'm sure if I reread it in my own time at a slower pace, where I absorb everything better, it might be good. Like, I might actually enjoy it a lot more. Obviously, I do understand what like happened within the 3 volumes. It is a good plot, I'd say. It gives me the same vibe as One Punch Man, like the One Punch Man universe, but in high school. And obviously Saitama is not in the series, so you not got that like sarcastic attitude all the time. So yeah. Anyways, I guess we should get started in what I plan on reading for tomorrow. What time is it now? It is currently 11:54. Okay, that is quite interesting. So of course we're gonna start off with ENheee. I think it's gonna be an everyday's reading list, unfortunately. I mean, not unfortunately, but you know, I'm sure like you're probably gonna get bored of this, but I really want to catch up with this series, and I love this series. It's an easy read so far, and honestly, there's only 17 that I actually need to read in total. So, you know, my logic is that I will be able to finish them all within this challenge, and I'll obviously reread them. This is one of the series that I think I might reread, like for fun, because it's such a good series. Like, I love the plot, I love the world building, I love the storyline, I love everything about it. So far, at least. So yeah. But we've got volumes 7, 8, and 9, which I'm going to show you real quick. I'm just going to show the fronts because I don't think it necessarily matters too much. But yeah, I'm quite excited to read these tomorrow. And then I'm also going to be doing a zigzag method like I did today, but in verse. So obviously ENheee is going to be the main series that I'll be reading. But I also have the first volumes of Naruto and 7 Deadly Sins. These are the only volumes of these I have, but if it's not, like, if I'm not a fan of it, I probably will get rid of it. I'm probably gonna sell these if but that's what the whole point of reading these other series is so that I can determine if I want to get rid of them or not. Obviously, for the most part, so far it's been so good. Like, I haven't gone out of my way to get rid of a series, and I have been attempting like different ones. Well, so far, obviously with day 2, 3 just being closing up now, yeah, I'm just trying my best to read other series. Anyways, Naruto I actually don't know what it's about, but it's one of the main 3. The main 3 are 3 different mangas or animes that were like popular, and they're still very popular upon the whole public. Here in France, for example, the most popular is obviously One Piece, and they have the most volumes, I think, out of all 3 of them, and they're still ongoing, which that's crazy because I think it started like 2005 or 2007, I think it was, which that is just crazy. That's almost 20 years ago now, peeps. That's crazy. So yeah, and then Naruto is obviously one of them, and I've actually got Bleach. I have yet to have read it, but I do have it nonetheless. So yeah. So I'm quite excited to read Bleach. I don't know if I'm gonna read it in this challenge or not. If not, that's fine, because the main goal is to read stuff that I'm not sure if I want to keep or not. And Bleach I want to keep purely because it's the only series that I have in English, and that I'll probably understand like a lot more better than like the French ones. Although to be fair, Arjun I can understand quite a bit because obviously I read it in English and then in French. So yeah. And then Seven Deadly Sins, it is quite an old series. I believe it's like early 2000s, maybe late 90s or so. I'm not exactly sure. Does it say in here? Let me see. Regardless, you could definitely tell by the design that is a little bit on the older side compared to the modern day like series. But I think it's going to be a nice read because there's not as much writing as there is in like My Hero Academia. Like I feel like there's the same amount of writing what I see on average in One Punch Man, so that's kind of cool. So yeah. Naruto, let me check this real quick. Oh, there's quite a bit of text, but it's quite a long series, so it makes sense. I don't know how many volumes there are, Seven Deadly Sins, but anyway. So, that is the plan for tomorrow. I'm actually going to start off by reading a volume today. Well, not today, but in 1 minute, like, yeah. Just so then I felt like I was falling behind because I was just not motivated enough, and also because I felt like I was in a time crunch and I don't know what time I'm going to wake up tomorrow or anything, nor do I know how much time I'll have. I do know that I'm planning on going to the shops before they close because Sunday is here in most of Europe, but also in France in general. Most places are closed on a Sunday, apart from a couple of shops that stay open just for the morning and then they close in the evening. So I plan on going there to get a present for my cat because his birthday is, can I say technically tomorrow? Yes, because it's just turned midnight. It is technically tomorrow his birthday, and I've yet to have gotten him a gift, but it's okay because I don't think he really notices that I haven't gotten him a gift yet. So yes. So I honestly don't know, like, and also I'm doing my workout tomorrow, so, you know, I think I'm gonna make my life a little bit easier by reading nowish, instead of having to read like 5 back to back to back and pissing myself off. Okay, we Gucci. So, hopefully you all enjoyed the little time lapse. I don't know if I'm gonna read 1 or 2 volumes, I guess we'll find out together. Nor do I know the exact order of which I'm going to read these. I think if I'm reading 2 volumes tonight, I might read this one first out of the 2. And obviously I'm going to read number 7 of Arjun. And I'm going to start off with Arjun because I just know it's going to be an easy read, okay? Okay, so let's get this shit started, peeps. Okay, so if you could not tell, I'm tired. I did my exercise. It lasted 2.5 hours basically, because I decided to jog back a little bit, which that was a little bit overkill, but I wanted to add extra time to my jogging sentence. I don't know what the fuck it's called. So yeah, it is currently, what time is it? Almost 5:45, and if you couldn't tell, I did end up reading 2 volumes, well, 1.5 volumes last night. I'd say 1 3/4 actually, because most of the volume of that 7 Deadly Sins at the end is kind of like stuff that I don't necessarily care about, like it's not part of the main story, so I just didn't read it. So yes, with this series, I wanted to get my thoughts on this now before I forget, because I wanted to talk about this earlier but I didn't have the chance to, obviously because I wanted to get my sport over and done with. 7 Deadly Sins over-sexualizes women a little bit, like, it's a pervy amount, like, it is not nice, the amount that they sexualize the singular woman. It's like Fairy Tail, but even more pervier. Like, Fairy Tail, I understand, the plot is actually quite good, and I don't mind the occasional, like, I think it's once every other volume, but this was like 2 or 3 times within, like, the same volume. That is just like, you know? And also, the guy looks like a kid. Like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. So I just thought to say that. Does that mean that I'm gonna stop collecting it? I think if I see it at a really discounted price, like like 2, maybe €2.50, I might pick it up. But apart from that, I ain't gonna pick that up, because honestly, Fairy Tail is literally a Fairy Tail dupe, but just more sexualized. Like, that's the only difference. And there's a slight plot difference, but who the fuck cares, really? So yeah, because essentially it's this girl that's trying to get like these 7 like very powerful people in her team or whatever, and the guy is actually one of them. Hate to spoil it, but I don't really care too much. So yeah, and yeah, essentially Fairy Tail is basically the same thing, except the plot is a little bit better, and it's just a nicer plot. So yeah, but I'm gonna get into reading some Arjun before I eat, because I am hungry, and also Arjun is a little bit underrated. Like, it is so good. I actually don't see people talking about it much, but I feel like it's purely because, like, it's a finished series, so like the hype was there probably back when it came out, like, fully, but like now I just don't hear anything about it. But it is so underrated regardless. Yeah, let's read volume 8, and I dropped the book. What the fuck? Wait. That was so stupid. I picked it up, obviously, but that was just so random. Yeah, no, if you can tell, I'm really tired. I already said that like 3 times, but I don't care, it's facts. I probably won't record. I might record after I finish the other 2 volumes, which the following volumes is volume 1 of Naruto and volume 9 of Arjun. So yeah, anyways, let me get going. I will see you later. Bye for now. Okay, so I have just finished Arjun, like literally probably like a minute ago. Had a shower between Naruto and Arjun, because I knew like it was gonna be less than 40 minutes regardless. When it came to Arjun, this volume of Arjun low key took like what, 20 to 30 minutes, because there was mostly pictures. I'd say that it was like 65% photos, like images, like drawing, design, whatever. So that's kind of cool. It was an easy, quick read like that. So yeah. As for Naruto, funny enough, at first I wasn't a big fan of it because right in the first like quarter or so, there is images of like a person who's essentially naked, and obviously they blur out the essential parts, but they barely do anything. You can still imagine what, you know. So yeah, and then they got a random male kissing scene. So yes, but anyways, this series is a lot better than Seven Deadly Sins. It's basically about this 12-year-old boy called Naruto, and he is an orphan. He was raised alone. He was raised by a village, primarily by a sensei, and he basically has to pass this test to become an assassin. Thankfully, he passed, and now he's attending a school for assassins. So yes. So overall, the rating of these books kind of like pretty good. I'd say it's definitely like, I mean, they're all pretty good to be fair, apart from Seven Deadly Sins, because I feel like that's a little bit overkill. Like, I don't know. But I guess we will show what I plan on reading next. We are gonna do the same sort of layout as we have done so far, purely because I think it's ideal. So yeah, but it's also because there is a two-part, well, not a two-part series, but I've got 2 volumes of the same series here that I need to try out. So I'm gonna do that and then have Arjun on the side, like on the outsides of everything. So we got Arjun 10 through 12 that I'm gonna be reading, and Moriarty 1 and 2, which from what I remember, this is a very wordy series. Like, it was difficult for me to read the first one, but I got this for like a 2-for-1 deal. But yeah, it was quite difficult to get into, but the second one doesn't seem, I mean, there's a lot of text regardless, because it is based, or like, it is based after the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. It's kind of like the same vibes, but I think in this scenario, Moriarty's kind of like the enemy of Sherlock Holmes or something, or I'm not sure, but it's that sort of era, like that sort of same exact thing essentially. So yeah, so that is what tomorrow reads are going to be. Now, I know I really don't need to talk about this, but I saw this on, like, I got this magazine, like, the end of last year, and it essentially has the first chapter of this series called, Kagurabachi. Has the first chapter of that in there, but it also has a list of new series that are coming out throughout this year, and so far, I've looked through a couple of them, but so far there is this one series that actually really catches my eye, and where is it? Let me see. Oh, it will be, yeah, it is called Tokyo Cannabis. Now, yeah, there's an obvious reason to why I would be interested in it. So yeah, that's something that I'm gonna look into picking up, but I'm also gonna look at everything else on here. Also, Villager level 999, that's kind of a cool concept. I would obviously have to look into that. PTSD Radio I've seen a couple of times actually in the manga shop that I like to go to, but I actually don't know what it's about, so yes. It literally just says like a load of different volumes that are like coming out within the beginning of the year, like that are certain to come out, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it's just so cool to see all that. But I'm definitely interested in the Tokyo Cannabis series, just because I feel like it's my sort of vibe. I don't know. Like, let me see, is there anything else that would catch my eye? I'm just looking real quick because it's just really interesting. I don't think so. I will look into it later. But yeah, this I just picked. This is free item. Like all the like manga shops like just give these out for free. So I have this here, and I'm probably gonna read the little chapter that we've got going on here because I've seen this series be advertised in my local shop. So yes. Anything else I should probably say? I don't think so. I will see you all tomorrow when I am reading these volumes in order of this. 10, 1, 11, 2, and then you got 12. And that's going to be how I read it. So yeah. So hopefully you'll enjoy the next segment. Yup. Let's redo that. Okay, so it is officially day 4 of this 5 mangas per day reading challenge, and honestly I think today's, even though I've got nothing planned, I've specifically chose this day for Moriarty because I know like how I felt last time I tried to read it. It took so long, so yes. Which is why I'm starting at midday today. And hopefully I'll be able to get through all this. Fingers crossed, I guess we'll find out. My estimate is that I probably, if I'm reading it back to back to back, it'll probably take like 7 hours. Although, that's mostly because I feel like Moriarty might take up 2 hours each, and there's obviously 2 volumes, so you know. Yeah. I currently am quite tired because I woke up kind of out. I woke up at like 9ish, which I didn't plan on doing, and yeah, I went to bed quite late as well, which I didn't. Well, not late, but like 1 o'clock, you know. So yeah, but yeah, so I'm gonna get into reading this, and we're gonna start off with Arjun Volume 10, which I am actually quite excited for. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I have finished all the volumes, and quite early as well. I think I finished about like 8ish or half. 7. I'm not exactly sure. But my prediction was basically right. I did have like a long break in between everything, so it's more like 6-7 hours more than anything else. But Moriarty was definitely a long read. I'm hesitating whether or not I want to sell Moriarty or not, because to me, like, I just don't know what to say. Like there's obviously not Doctor Who, it is Sherlock Holmes based, kind of like it's in the same realm as that. But the only thing is, like, with Sherlock Holmes, they had like this thing where you get to see how he thinks almost. Whilst in Moriarty, it's just like every other detective show that you've really seen. And then to me, because obviously with the era and everything, it kind of gives the same vibe as if I was going to read or watch Black Butler as well. But again, there wasn't that extra oomph that's supposed to like make it better. So yeah, so I don't know if I want to sell it or not. I think I might consider rereading it for the 3rd time, but at a more slower pace, because I feel like this is one of those series that you might have to read at that sort of like just like 1 volume a day so you can process everything, you know? Because I'm not even joking, I felt so tired. Like I was yawning every 5 minutes, and my eyes were aching. Like, oh my god, I can't explain it. It was absolute bonkers. So yeah, as for Arjun, I mean, you can't really go wrong with Arjun. It's fucking great. Now, I'm gonna put these manga volumes away, and I'm gonna pick out the ones that I plan on reading tomorrow. So yes, for day 5. Okay, so I was actually thinking about what volumes I should read for tomorrow, like all day, and I think honestly, I'm thinking of just reading straight up like the rest of Arjun, because there's 5 volumes, which is obviously the amount that I need. So I'm gonna read all of them from 13 to 17. And I'm just really excited because I know it's gonna be it's gonna be the easiest readathon that I've done like so far. So yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. I don't know what to say. But hopefully you'll enjoy. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. So yeah, I'll probably go straight into the time lapse because there's nothing really much to say about this series. So yes, but I'll see you all tomorrow though. Bye. Okay, so today is day 5, and I have enough time to read 2 volumes of Arjun before I go to do my like workout that I typically do. I've just finished eating and I'm rocking with some Celsius Cosmic Vibe. The reason why I have Celsius the majority of the time is A, it's cheaper than buying Monster, B, it's got less calories in it, so I can easily have like a big meal without feeling like I'm like without overdoing it with the calories. And C, honestly, it doesn't taste that bad. It tastes almost like Monster. It's like a mix of Monster and Red Bull. So yeah. So I've got a nice cold can of this because I've got a mini fridge in my room that just has like cans of energy drinks and like alcohol or whatever. So yeah. But like I said, we have enough time to read 2 of these volumes, so we're going to be reading number 13 and number 14 of Arjun. And I don't think I'll have enough time for a 3rd volume, but I honestly want to leave the rest for when I come back, because I feel like, honestly, Arjun is just like a peaceful read, and it helps me calm down for the day, like, and all that stuff. It just helps. I do have my window open at the moment, which it might explain why you might hear some noises, but luckily enough, the time-lapse audio just never has audio built into it, so yeah. Anything else I should mention? I don't think so. I'm just really excited to read this. So yeah. But anyways, hopefully you'll enjoy, and I'll see you after I've read these 2 mangas, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I finished volume 13 and 14 of Arjun. Honestly, I have time for one more, but I think it'll be a little bit overkill if I do that now. So I'm gonna do that when I get back from my sport. I do really need to quickly take my magnesium citrate. This helps tiredness and muscle function, which honestly is very good for sport because I feel a lot less pain. Like my body doesn't feel as achy after I've done sport, like every time I have this. So yeah, I've got a pack of 6. It's like €3 for the pack. So yeah. It's a big ass pill though, the fuck. But yeah, so I'm gonna prepare my drinks for my sport. Obviously I need to go to the toilet and also get changed and everything. And then I'm gonna do my sport, and then I'll come back and read the rest of Ashen, I think. Also, I managed to finish that last volume in like less than 30 minutes, which I thought that was kind of decent, to be fair. So yeah, I just thought to, you know, brag about that a little bit. It was mostly images, but you know, there was a lot of text as well on top of that. So yeah, but anyways, hopefully you'll enjoy. I'll probably be back about 5 or 6ish. I'd say 5:30. At this rate, maybe a little bit early actually. Between 4 and like 5:30, because it's unpredictable how I'll do on my sport. So yeah. But anyways, hopefully you'll enjoy. I will see you later. Goodbye. Okay, so I finished reading Arjun about, what time is it now? We're 25 minutes ago roughly, and honestly it was such a good read. Probably one of my beanie's not right. Probably one of my favorite reads I've had so far, and I've got the whole series, so it was kind of cool finishing it off and everything. Yeah, it was such an easy read. It probably took me like 12 hours total to read the whole thing. So yeah, but I guess we should get into the volumes that I want to read tomorrow. It's quite straightforward actually. I've got 2 volumes of One Punch Man and 3 volumes of Bleach. The 2 volumes of One Punch Man are obviously like singles, whatever, but the Bleach is an omnibus which has 3-in-1s obviously. And for those who don't know, omnibuses are essentially mangas that have multiple volumes within one book. It saves you space for those who don't have much space going on, and it also saves you money because it tends to be like if you're trying to buy like 2 volumes, the 3rd one will essentially be included. So yeah, and the Bleach ones, I haven't read it yet, but it's actually in English, so I will actually get to read my native language for the first time in God knows how long. So yeah, and for those who don't know, this came from Zen Logic in Pool. So if you want to check them out, like check the guy out, like who works there and stuff, like I'll probably write it out or something, but yeah, he's just a really nice guy. He said I can email him whenever if I wanted to ask if there's a certain volume that he can import or something. And also he asked, he said that whenever I'm going to visit, if there's like a volume I specifically need. It was just a really nice, like genuine, like situation. Honestly, it's just amazing. Obviously manga there is a little bit on the more expensive side because it's more of a niche underground thing compared to here in France, where they literally sell it in the grocery store. Like any grocery store you really go to, they have manga probably. So yeah, don't know what else to say about that. I'm just very impressed by the everything. So yeah, so this is what I'm gonna read tomorrow, or attempt to read. I don't have much going on until probably the afternoon or something. Also, my piercing fell off like right at the beginning of reading my manga today, and I just haven't really added the thing back on yet. But it's been like that for like what, 6-7 hours now. It's kind of funny. So yeah, I guess we will go on to the time lapse in a bit. I don't know, or I'll see you all tomorrow. But before I do, actually, I just realized that I'm probably gonna do these in intervals. So 1 volume of Bleach, 1 volume of One Punch Man, and so forth. Purely because I don't know. But I will edit it so it looks in sync. Maybe, I'm not sure. We'll find out tomorrow. So yeah. Anyways, see y'all tomorrow, and hopefully you'll have a good day. I guess I don't know if I've said that already, but I mean, if you're enjoying this video, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Bye. So I finished reading the volumes about 10:30, but I started reading them about 7ish, and I didn't record purely because in the morning I wanted to watch the Kardashians and like in the early afternoon as well, and then I ended up going out with my mum, and yeah, regardless, I had a nice time. I ended up picking up a load of alternative energy drinks to Monster, because as much as I love Monster, it is a little bit on the pricier side compared to off-brand stuff like Powerade, or I don't know what Body Fuel is cheaper than cheaper. Body Fuel is cheaper than Monster. There's this other brand that's like double the size of the Body Fuel can. And then we got like this 75-cent like energy drink that I just thought to pick up because honestly I know it's helping me a lot more with my workout. And I just don't want to be buying Monster all the time because it makes me feel gassy. That's more of like a little treat. I still have a Monster that I bought last week, but that's just for, you know, like for if I want to like stay up the night sort of thing, you know. Anyways, reading Bleach was actually a good, like, it was a good series, like a good 3 volumes within one, obviously. And I actually read it how I originally was planning on reading it, which was One Punch Man, then the omnibus, and then the other Punch Man volume. So that was kind of interesting. I did, weirdly enough, in the first volume, I did feel a little bit tired, but then I got really into the plot, and I'm like, oh my god, that's such a good series. Essentially Bleach is about this, like, I think he's like a teenager, like 16, 17 or so, and essentially he's able to see like spirits, and he helps them pass on. That was until he met a soul, what is it called, a soul killer, no, I'm not sure what it's called, like a soul something, and essentially, yeah, it was just kind of like a cool plot, and it's not based on the school stuff, so it's not like My Hero Academia, for example. It's more so like Mob Psycho mixed with Jujutsu Kaisen. Those are good combinations, I'd say. So yeah, but I've got the second omnibus that I need to read of that, which I'm not gonna read for tomorrow because I do want to do something special for tomorrow, but I just wanted to say that it was such a good series, and it actually took me a little bit, it felt like it took me longer, but I think it was like, I'd say about 3 hours to read 3 volumes. So it was like an hour. Like, it's just, it felt like it took longer purely because I'm not used to reading in English, and I was just trying to get used to it. And that's probably why I got a little bit tired, to be fair. But yeah. But anyways, let's get into the volumes I plan on reading tomorrow. So we have Mob Psycho 100 and 2 volumes of One Punch Man. And the reason why I did this is because they're made by the same person, so that's kind of cool. So I thought, for the final volume, I mean, I probably should have done it for the first day because like the person pseudonym is One, so I thought, but it's a bit late for that now. And yeah, so I'm gonna be reading volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Mob Psycho, which, let me show you all what it looks like. I bought these semi-recently, in like early February. But yeah, honestly, these are so cool, low-key. Like, I watched the anime, I watched the anime a couple of years ago. I just was not into it, and then I rewatched it, like January time, and I got so into it so quickly. And then, yeah, and I didn't realize it was made by the same person who made One Punch Man, so that's kind of cool. And then obviously I got volumes 24 and 25 of One Punch Man, so yeah. But yeah, I feel like it might be a good read, although I have yet to have actually read. Oh my god, this is based on the first episode. Okay, I remember basically what happens, but that's cool. But it's just, I want to see if I want to keep continuing collecting this series. But anyways, hopefully you'll enjoy today's update, I guess. Tomorrow, I got those to read. I've got quite a busy day. I'd say it's busy. I'm not actually sure. It's like, I always think that it's not that busy, and then somehow it is. So I don't know really. But I'm planning on doing the shopping in like late morning, and then I'm gonna do my workout routine from like 1 or 2ish. And I'm gonna definitely do it tomorrow because like there's always kids there on a Friday, and I'm like, yeah, no, let's not do that. And what else? I think that's basically all I have planned for tomorrow. But yeah, but hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed this clip again. I'll see you on tomorrow, I guess, for the final day. I'm so excited. So with like an hour and 10 minutes to spare, I managed to read like everything, which makes this challenge technically officially completed. Before I end the video, I wanted to show y'all what I've read. Like, the goal was to read 35 volumes, and I have achieved that goal with very close calls on like probably almost 3 occasions. But honestly, I think that's just mostly me procrastinating, because I didn't start reading till 8 o'clock today. And I was kind of worried that I wouldn't be able to achieve it, but I managed to do it in like 3 hours, on like less than 3 hours actually, what the hell. So yeah, so let's go through everything that I have read. And yeah, okay, so this is in no particular order because I'm kind of too lazy to figure out which order I did everything in. But I finished the whole of ENheee, volumes 1 to 17, and that was the primary goal of this video, but also purely because honestly I've been wanting to read it for a while and I haven't really had an excuse to read it, so yeah. And so this gave me the chance, and honestly it's a lot better than I thought. I just wish there was an epilogue. Okay, we have 7 Deadly Sins, which I'm not a big fan of, and it is on my to sell pile, purely because it's kind of over sexualizing women, and I'm not really a fan of that personally, so yes. Then we have the first 2 volumes of Moriarty, which honestly I'm gonna try and reread this in the future without it being a challenge of sorts, because I felt like I was rushing this and it looks like a series that you kind of need to slow down with, you know? So I'm gonna give it another shot. Then we have My Hero Academia, volumes 1, 2, and 3. Honestly, this was quite a good series. I loved the concept, and I'm glad I gave it a good reread, because I will definitely be collecting it whenever I see it like on sale. So yes. Next we have Naruto. Yet again, another good series that I am willing to pick up, even if there was like 2 or 3 unnecessary scenes in this. It is a good series, like, yes. And it's one of the main 3, by the way, so that's kind of cool. And then we have volumes 1, 2, and 3 omnibus edition of Bleach, which is in English. I've already got the 2nd omnibus, so I'm definitely gonna read that. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy more if I like the next lot of volumes. And then we have volumes 21 to 25 of One Punch Man, which was my secondary goal for this challenge, to try and read as much as this as possible, because I want to try and finish the whole series, and there's only 5 volumes left, so I feel like, you know, that's kind of cool. And then we have Mob Psycho 100, 1, 2, and 3. I got this in the right order, actually. I picked this up in February, and I only picked it up purely because I watched the anime and got really into it, even though I did not like it the first time round. And honestly, this was nice reading. This was what I read just now. It was such a nice, like, I don't know, it was just good reading. Like, y'all need to pick this up. So yeah, but hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I'm kind of glad that I did this. I think it helped with my ability to speed read or read a little bit more faster, as it got to the point where I was reading probably in like 20 to 30 minutes, like 20 to 40 minutes we're gonna say on average. So I think that's kind of a good thing. But obviously with ENheee being like quite a wordless, there's not as much words in it as most of the other series, it is honestly, like, I think that helped me boost it. And also, honestly as well, today it was quite easy to read. Like I said, I only had 4 hours to do everything. I did everything in less than 3, so that's kind of a good goal of mine, I'd say. So yeah, I think I will obviously be reading more manga. I have a load more manga on the way that's here already in my collection, or like that I'm going to be showing in a future video and so forth, which I'm very excited to do. But I typically these days I just read one volume per day, but I wanted to like kind of catch up on most of my manga, so then I don't want to be the type of person to like buy a load of manga and just not read it. So that's what I did just now, where I like read some of it so I can catch up and then buy a load more manga. I have an excuse to buy more manga. I don't know. So yeah. But anyways, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I loved making it. It didn't feel as much of a chore as I thought it would. There were times where I felt a little bit tired. That's I think with only Moriarty, to be honest. But apart from that, I just enjoyed reading manga. I'm definitely going to be reading more manga, and I'm going to be buying some more manga, of course. So you'll probably see that in the future. And let me know if y'all have any thoughts on like the mangas I've read, or like the challenge that I did today. I'm going to be doing other challenges in the future, which I already have some in mind. But yes. But hopefully y'all enjoyed today, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. I don't know.